What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another live here on the Aviator 268 channel. We are finally in the iFly MAX, and it is, I gotta say, it is a beautiful airplane. We are sitting here in Charlotte, KCLT in the USA, and we're gonna take this bird down to Jacksonville. As a matter of fact, this is the third leg of the day. We would have done LaGuardia to Reagan, then Reagan to Charlotte. We're now going to do Charlotte to Jacksonville, and if time permits, we'll do Jacksonville down to Miami and take it back to its home base. So welcome on board. We are about to get set up. It is now 1 minute past the hour, 5 o'clock. Fuel should be on board, and we're going to get this aircraft set up so we can head down to the Jacksonville airport. We'll go ahead and sign online so we can get that set up as well. American 1919 is what we're going to be today. And seems like we have air traffic control since we got an ACARS message. And let's jump right into the airplane. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the MAX. So our fuel is already on board, so we can cancel that. And we'll go into ground support and disconnect the fuel. Make sure that is out. Let's see. Those are fuel disconnected. So there we go. Should be gone once we click sets, and there goes. Good. Go back and open up the doors on the cargo. So it would be cargo forward and aft to be opened like so. And while we're here waiting, let's see what's going on. We've already kind of pre-done the overhead panel, so we need to go into our FMC and let the plane know where we are. So posinet, sorry, and that will be KCLT, and we're at Charlie 10. Okay, that's interesting. Something new. I guess this is how they take the computer out of the system and they need to check it. All right, nicely modeled with that. Charlie 10, good. So that's in there. Let's let the aircraft know where we are. I like to have the bigger screen on my side, so we'll do just that. And we'll go to route. Our route today is Charlie Lima Tango to Kilo Juliet Alpha X-ray with our company route, and we'll request the flight plan. I'm wondering if I put in the if I don't put in the flight number, something's going to happen with that. Didn't test that before. Let's load it. Alpha Lima 1919. That's in there like so. Go to departure, departing off runway 36 right. And there was we don't have, normally it says auto ATC, but it just auto ACARS, but it's saying ACARS, which means that it should have been a controller, but I don't see it. Oh well, we'll be fine. So we're gonna off of 36 Charlie, and our flight route today is the Icons 5 via then Essence, and then we will join the Lumi 1 arrival via Essence, and we're taking the ILS Zulu 26. We're not going to use Biggs. Biggs is on the west side, so we'll leave that out. Go to our route page so you can get back here and go to our flight plan. While we're waiting, we can go ahead and start the boarding. GSX has just been doing a host of updates, so we'll see that my stuff says out of date Well, most of the stuff that was done anyways is for Microsoft 2024. So we'll leave that one there for the moment. Flight plan, take the range out, and let's just step through. And we go to Gilfin, icons, notes, then to Essence, then via the Looney one, and this is what we gotta check out. Once we come down to Looney, the last one is Leon. We're gonna move that. Well, we're gonna leave it in for now, but essentially what we're gonna do is we'll take out the Leon intersection, so direct from Looney down to Wigger, which is gonna allow us to join the 2-6 arrival. So we'll leave that just as is for the moment.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So let's go and initialize the flights. And we'll go to our perf. We'll do weight and balance and check that. Now I had a challenge with this one. The last flight that I did, the first flight that I did, I was able to put in all of the numbers here in terms of the flight plan. Today says that we have 160. We have 162 passengers on board. The last time I was able to put in 162 and it worked like it did here. But I guess once you do a second flight, then you'll have to put in numbers manually. Not sure why, but it is what it is. Then our cargo today is 8910. So actually 50% of it is 10. 3, 5, 6, 4. 53, 46. So we'll put 3, 5, 6, 4 in the front and 5, 3, 4, 6. And we set our payload. Fuel is ooh. Fuel. We need to have 10,403, so we'll put that here. 10,410. And we will set fuel. Right, that's cool. Not sure why there was stuff in the center, but it is what it is. Click complete, and that will take us back to the perf page. So we will go back to our map mode, and we'll activate this, execute. Then we go back to root, perf in it, and we're going part of a 320. The average wind is 293 at 39, 293 at 39, and our cost index is 35. Reserves today. One 3 point, and our zero fair weight based on what we have is 139.9. 150.2, 150.8, great. So that's execute that. Tap on route, take off, and we're gonna be using FAPS 5, so we can now check against that. So let's see, complete. Now we will check for airport map. So that's where we are here. Cool. Then we want to put out terminal charts, and we'll use airports from FMS. Complete. Let's go back to our performance. Not sure why that didn't come up either. I have to check that out as well. Runway 36 is our departure. Conditions are dry. The wind right now of Charlotte. Current weather is winds 320 at 8. Temperature is 16 Celsius, and our QNH is 29.908. Thrust rating, we'll use takeoff 1, flap 5, air condition is on, anti-ice is off, and we calculate that. So our CG is 24, trim 5.4, and the rate of takeoff 1 of temperature 40 gives us a thrust rating of 82.6, and our speeds are 140, 141, 149. Take note of that. Go back to our FMC, flap 5. Let's go back to inlets, perf, N1 limit, and we take off 1, and that was 40 degrees. Take off 24, and so 140, 141, 149. That worked. So let's activate those. So we see those here on our Army flight display. Turn on flight directors, and we can also turn on our APU and our seatbelt sign. We can see our passengers. GSX is at it. We're trying to figure out why it is. I think I read in the forums on the Discord that it's some sort of code that the livery creator did not put in that would allow it to maintain seated passengers. So we see the passengers come online, but they're not going to be seated, quote unquote. As we see them sitting down there, they just disappear. So something with the livery, and the creators would have to address that at some point. So we activate our traffic, and we do that on both sides. Then let's see here. We will get our winds. So we go to route, legs, route data, and we will request our winds. If you just joined in, welcome on board the iFly MAX 8. This is going to be our first flight with it on the stream, and our third flight for the day. Execute so we can take a look outside. This is the iFly MAX 8. Very beautiful airplane. They've done quite a bit in terms of the animation, both inside and outside. Some of the things that I personally won't use, for example, in terms of messing around with the lighting, I tried. I'd have to actually go back and check it to see exactly what I can and cannot do with it. But for the most part, just been enjoying it, flying it between some in the Caribbean and a few flights here in the US. So first flight here on the stream. If you are aware of anything that we're doing and I'm not doing it quite correctly, feel free to let me know in the comment so that we can make sure we fly as professionally as possible. Right, jumping back into the flight deck, we've completed that. We can go back to the progress here. So our flight is approximately 57 minutes airtime. Gate to gate is an hour and 14 minutes. We will go across to our EFB and let's get these charts up, and we will go through them really quickly. Our departure, we're using the Icon 5, and that will be it here. We will of course have the ILS runway 36 right in the event that we have to come back. Then we'll just set up our Jacksonville as well, Lundy 1, and we're using the ILS Zulu runway 26. Cool. Okay, so for our departure today, we are departing out of Charlotte. That's where we are right now. And we are parked right here on stand Charlie 10. We will push back off the gate and we'll taxi via Mike. Then to Echo, take Echo down the uniform, hold short at runway 36 center. We do not have runway 25 and 23 are this runway is closed, so we would not be using that. And so we push out the gate and taxi. We shouldn't have any issues. There isn't any ATC online, so we just make our advisories on the CTAF, which here in is 118.1, so we'll make our announcement on 118.1. Cool. Our departure today is the Icons 5, and based on what we'll be departing off runway 36 center. Our top altitude is 8,000, so we climb on heading 003 to 1260, then on a heading 330 for the standby ATC. So we will take off of a Charlie, 36 Charlie, then passing 1,260, we make a left turn 330, then we come left, go direct to our first waypoint, and our first waypoint is Gilfin, then along the Icons, then to Nooks. We will climb to 320, and barring any issues, if we have any warnings at or above or at or below V1, we will stop on the runway. If we can put reverse first, we will do that. Window shades overhead, they actually work on this way. Yes, they do. We'll check that out once we get airborne, Justin. So we will at or below V1, we will close the thrust and come to complete stop on the runway. If it's any minor issues, we will come off of the nearest taxiway and advise on what we're going to be doing. If it is fine, we can fix it, then we come back around onto taxiway Mike, taxiway Echo, and then do a second departure. If not, we'll taxi back to C Charlie 10, and then we'll deplane. At or above V1, we are committed to the takeoff, so we will depart. Then once we get 3,000 feet, we will level off, clean the airplane, and we will assess the situation. If we are needing to come back to land, we are well below our landing weight, so we will just simply do a downwind on runway 36 right, 36 left, and we have 36 right as our arrival. However, since 36 left is 36 center is the longest runway, we will come back and land on runway 36 center. So let's pull that chart up and make sure that we have that in the event we need to. So we will remove 36 right and use 36 center. Cool. All right, so that is our departure briefing. If there aren't any questions or concerns, we are good to go. The departure time is 21 after, which is another 2 minutes or 1 minute. Let's see what our passenger numbers are looking like. Are we close to finishing? I'm not seeing the numbers as up. Yes, we are. So right on time with GXX. Kudos to GXX for that. Let's get our line to start. Happy days. Let's see if we can get a radio check as well on this 118.1. Charlotte traffic radio check.
555.
Thank you so much. Great. So everything is set up now to just do our complete checks here. On the left side, since we're the pilot's flying, we will have our V speeds and our legs page on the right side. CO, and we'll have this. Our APU power. We can disconnect from the ground support, so we will disconnect the electric and air conditioning. Have that set. 15149 is our V2. Armed. We could also arm our VNAV and LNAV 800, 8000 SMP. The altitude window. Right, so we are set. Next thing for us to do is to close the gates. Anti-collision lights is on, and we will call for pushback. Prepare for pushback on departure.
Locking gear.
GSX is supposed to close. Right, there we go. So GSX is going to close all of that. Let's remove the chocks. That so chocks are removed. And overhead, everything is set. Good. And let's see, our trim is 5.4. So let's set that. And of course, we need to close the door. Thank you, Flight Attendant. We'll see you when we get to the Jacksonville Airport. So facing south and taxiway apron, that's what we want to do. Yes. Facing.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Watch out. Car traffic, good afternoon, American 1919, push and start from Charlie 10. We'll taxi to runway 36, center for departure. Charlotte traffic. Right, we are clear. Oh, we have company on the right side. We are cleared from the gate left and right. So we'll start engine number 2, then 1. Start engine number 2. Watching N2. N2 is rising. Hey, what's going on, Wade? Yeah, finally, yeah. 19 and introduce fuel. One of the things that people want to check out is the engine. So let's turn the music down and we're going to listen to these engines. We do it from inside first, and then we're going to do it on the outside shortly. So we get to hear on both sides. Let me know if you guys are hearing it clear, hear the simulator clearly.
Please set parking brakes.
Oh, that engine wobble is cool. All right, so that's the inside. Parking brake is set.
Unlocking gear.
All right, so we're gonna start engine number 1, and I'm gonna go ahead and flip the fuel from inside so we can be outside when it fully starts up.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Well, there you have it, guys. That is the startup on the inside and the outside. Let's go to the back. You hear this sound. The LEAP engines are supposed to be really quiet, so this is what it sounds like both inside and out. So that's the outside. This is what it sounds like on the inside with the in the front, in the cabin. I don't know why these people like to close the window shades. You know, according to a good friend of mine, window etiquette. So that is what the airplane sounds like. It pretty much sounds like that because it is really quiet. So I guess it is. It to me, they're fine. So we have that. All right, let's do the checks. All right, so I gotta get out of the way because that's company traffic right behind us. Okay, everybody is set, and we can turn off our APU. Flight control check. Rudder left, rudder right, neutral, fully left, fully right, neutral, up, down, neutral. Engine wants to be a engine wants to be a GE90-115B so bad. Well, I think that's what Boeing was going like, because it really kind of gives the feel of a 787 in a sense. So I guess the only thing they need to do now, because look at the flight deck. This is almost typical of a 787, especially with this information center that's on the left hand side. So I'm wondering if they will get Hoppy in here at some point, where we can get messages in here. I don't know. So we'll see how that goes in the future, because it's not looking too bad at all. Not looking too bad at all. All right, let's see, where are we now? So I need to put in my ACAR system 7254, and we'll turn on our transponder and our weather, and we are good to go. Then we are going to tap via mic, and then to echo down to runway 36 at uniform. Don't really fancy this chart, so let's pull up the actual airport chart, which is here. There we go. So we'll taxi mic, then echo, cross runway 5 down to uniform, and we're good to go. All right, taxi lights on, runway turn off lights on. Let's go outside, check those out. And that is one beautiful looking airplane, and that is our company here. So we're gonna get out of the way. Parking brakes are released, and we should see the airplane moving. Nope. All right, little breakaway thrust, and we are on our way. Nice little sunset departure we're gonna have here. As I said, flight time is just 54 minutes, 57 minutes. So we can probably push the airplane just a little bit more to get there a little bit quicker, but we will see exactly what we can do. make a right here onto Mike. Let's see. We'll take Mike is actually to the left here. We go ahead and make this here and come around on the side. Then what I've noticed as well with this airplane is that once you start turning the airplane, it will actually slow down just a bit. So I guess that's a good thing. All right, so we're gonna take Foxtrot and make a right onto Echo, then make a right, then make a left to Echo, and go all the way down. Clear the right. Got an Airbus up there coming down, looks like a JetBlue. And you swing around here onto Echo, then take Echo all the way down.
Approaching 05.
That is the RAAS installed. So that comes standard with the airplane. Up the little mountain. It's just so interesting that simulator has come such a long way where you actually get elevation in the flight simulator. So the plane actually slowed down from 27 knots now to 24 because of that little rising. So that's something pretty cool with the simulator. I'm sure this is gonna get better in 2024. Okay, so we're coming up on the runway 36, right? And we are going to make a right on uniform. Charlotte Traffic American 1919, line up runway 36, center via uniform. Charlotte. Alright, so our
Approaching 36.
screens are
Center.
on. We are cleared left and cleared right. You line up runway 36, right? 36 center. So we verify runway 3610 for departure. Please 140-141-149. Our heading is 003, then 330, passing 1260. So we'll set 330, passing 1260, climb 8,000. And we are ready to go. Chat, let's go. Wing light on, landing lights go on, and we are ready to go. Turn on some lights real quick. Place look a little nicer. Lights going on. And that was a Delta flight and not a JetBlue. And so we have the American departing off of 36 flight, so we are now clear to go. Traffic American 1919, takeoff runway 36 center, will make a left, heading 230 after departure, and then via the Icons 5. Got traffic. Right, here we go. Oh, thank you so much. That 2, 3. Say again. Thank you so much, Wade. Collapse. Thank you, Wade. Thank you. Forgot our flaps. Wow, look at that. Flaps are now set, so we're ready to go.
On runway 36 center.
All right, advance 50%. Pressure on the yoke. And toga. And 8, you as well. 8.2 is set. Airspeed alive. $80 knots. Check. Keep that center line. V1. Rotate. Zero to climb, gear up. Gotta reset that. Passing 1260, now make left turn 330. Traffic American 1919, cleared runway 36 center. Left on 330, climb 8,000. Traffic last call. Thank you so much, Wade. I totally missed that. Well, I tell you, trying to talk and do all of this thing at the same time. Speed check, laps 1. And we can set laps up. Guys, we are airborne in our MAX 8. Beautiful departure out of Charlotte. And we will continue our climb up to flight level 320. Then we make a left direct to Gilfin, and join our Icons 5. If you are just joining us, welcome on board. We just departed out of Charlotte, runway 36 center, aboard the iFly MAX. Continue our left turn to Gilfin, 180, and we will set direct to Gilfin. And We'll arm our LNAV, and LNAV is set. Everything is good so far, so we don't think we'll need to do a gate return, so we are good to go. So we'll go direct to Gilfin, then to Icons, then to Nooks, climbing up to flight level 3 above 10,000, so our landing lights can now go off. Engine start switches to off, and our wing going off, and we're going to 122.8. And there you have it, guys. For whatever reason, I think if I have to compare PMDG to the iFly in terms of the wing flex, the wing flex seems a bit more natural on this airplane. Don't know why, the reason between the two, I don't know, so I'm not going to get head over heels for that. But it seems to be a little more natural on the iFly Max. There was a little engine wobble when we pushed off the gate once the tug came to a stop. That was cool, never noticed that before, so that's pretty nice. And overall, the airplane sounds pretty nice. It flies all right. I'm still trying to get some smooth flights, some smooth landings with it. So let's see what happens when we get to Jacksonville. Everything is looking good. We are all set up here. Climbing to follow 320. Once passing 18,000, we'll set standard. And we probably can go direct to Nooks. Since there isn't any ATC online, let's see what's going on here. We don't have an ATC as of yet, but of course it's a Saturday night, so they can pop on at any time, so we'll be ready for them. Yeah, boy, it's a very beautiful airplane. Very, very beautiful airplane. I am not gonna be like other people and bash either one of them, the PMDG or the iFly. I'm not gonna do that, and one of the reasons why I'm not gonna do that is because we don't have anything to compare it to. It's the best thing on the market right now because it's the only thing on the market for 2020, so we're good. Justin says it is staying with how they respond to turbulence. In terms of the wing flex or the engine wobble, which one are you talking about, Justin? All right, 18,000, so we will go standard sets, and let's go direct to Nooks. Kind of shorten that flight, and we make a right turn there to Nooks. Let's see what is our .786 in the cruise. Let's see if we can push it to 7.9 or even 8. We'll do that, but it's a very short flight. Yeah, the wing flights, it's pretty, it seems pretty natural. The PMDG own seems to flex just a little bit. It bounces a bit too much, in my view. So I'm hoping that they can taper that a bit more as they do some more tuning to that. Flight level 210, climbing to flight level 320. Before this thing gets a little dark, we want to make sure I have some light there. That's a pretty picture right there, so we snap a shot there. And of course, when you get the beacon flashing, that's also pretty nice too. So because this beacon is a kind of delay once it's on, you can rest assured you're gonna get a beacon shot. That's pretty nice as well. Quiet airplane. All right, let's check our progress page. We are currently 274 miles from Jacksonville. Top of time is the next $42 per miles. And so we are very much close to our cruise. Let's check out right now, since it's a very short flight, our arrival into Jacksonville. We're using the Lunny 1 arrival. And so this is 10-2 Charlie. And based on the routing, it is via 26 from Looney on track 222 degrees to Leon. Then expect radar vectors to RNAV, RNP, visual approach, or as I sound by ATC. So, like I shared earlier, the way it's set up, it's Looney then to Layton. We cross Layton at 3,000 feet. But the initial fix, let's see what it is here. So the initial is Wigger. We can descend to Layton and then just join Dalton, which is the final approach fix. You can do that, or we can descend down 2,000 going direct from the Looney intersection to join the localizer for runway 26. So we'll see which one we're going to do once we get closer. Then for our arrival, it is the ILS runway 26. Let's see, for 11-6 effective 25 January. And so the identifier is the India Papa Echo Kilo. So let's put a fix in for that. India Papa Echo Kilo. And the final approach course is 257, and we'll put a 15-mile range. So we'll try to make sure we are at 180 knots by 15 miles out. And the final fix there is approximately 6 miles from the field where we should be done. So we'll do 257 and 7, which will make sure that we're at our fully configured state by the time we send them out. Great. It would be nice if each other control were to come online now. There's a click spot here. I'm going to be very careful not to press it accidentally, so we don't have an open window while we are at flight level 280. I won't tell you that kind of happened when I was doing the A380 flight on final. That was funny. Go back to our legs page. Okay, so while the airplane is doing that, we can turn on the seatbelt sign for a little bit. And we're going to go check out what's happening in the back. So let's open the door. And we're going to close this door. Apparently, if we need to go to the loo, we can actually go to the loo. Close back our loo door. And if we need to take a little doodle, we can definitely do such a thing. Then flush the toilet. Say thank you very much, iFly. Head back out here. So this is the flight first class. Of course, you can actually separate them by tapping that there. Then, if you want to step up and open up the overhead compartment, you can do so. Normally, this first one has there is a space where you could actually open for the, this is where the crew normally keeps their paraphernalia for the emergency briefing. So let's close that back. So let's close. Hey, why don't you want to close? There we go. Oh, there's a sound too? Alright, so there's a little sound there. Nice. And this is the... Oh, look at that. Not sure why I'm asking this one to operate. This one. Oh. So I didn't realize you could actually turn the table down. Which one did we do it with? Yeah, this one. So we can sit down and have lunch, guys. Yeah. I'm just discovering all these things right about now, to be very honest. Seriously, discovery right now. And by the sound of the engine, it seems that we're now at flight level 320. And this is the emergency exit. Ooh, what does this button do? No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. We don't want to find out. We do not want to find out. But this is a pretty nice. It would be nice if we could get the seated passengers too. So I hope they really fix that to get the seated passengers in the airplane. Let's go to the very aft of the airplane and see what we can do back here. Can the bathroom open? Yes, it can. Like all the little American Airlines stuff, so it's really specific. None of these open though. 1880. This is tasty. Nice. 1899 though. I hope it's worth it, man. That's a lot of money for a little sandwich. So I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, I have this up. The IFE seat and subway is up. Not sure why we don't have that. So you see, guys, I'm not too familiar yet with how to work this. I figured that is the on button, but nothing is showing up here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. We'll have to figure that out. Let's go to the front cabin and see what can we do here. What can we do in the front here in terms of touching the, oh, there we go. So there is your two tables for business class. All right, nice. So let's see what's happening up here. Nothing on the ground here. I guess ground service means something on the ground, but not seeing anything else here. Maybe I'm not doing something correctly. Not sure. We'll figure it out some other time. But there you have it, guys. It is a pretty nice. The touching stuff. So pretty much this is a pretty nice cabin. And you have a couple of things that can also be touched here in the flight deck. Goes back this door. What would be nice though is that and I think it happens in the PMDG, once the aircraft gets to cruise, this is automatically done. So if that could also be something where the aircraft gets to cruise altitude, then you could definitely just see that. So once you open the door, it will automatically be a closed curtain. So you have these clips that are there for the jackets, and all of them move. So that's there. Nothing here moves outside of that. So we have this light. Yeah. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so we are cruise altitude now. Let's see if we can boost this a little bit more, 0.80. 737-8 and execute. And let's push this baby, man. Kudos to iFly. Kudos to iFly. Really nice to get down with this airplane. I'm happy with it. It was a very good purchase. I'm happy with it. These are the animations that they have where these are dynamic apparently. So at some point they may close the passengers, quote unquote close them. So there are, wait a minute. Oh, so they do exist, it's just not. Oh, there we go. Did you guys see that? It's like I was it's like I was spying on him, and he's like, nope, not today. That's funny. That's funny. Like he saw me coming to him and he was like, nope, do not look in here. That is funny. That is nice. So if you're thinking about getting the iFly MAX, I think it is a good investment. It really is. And so feel free to download it. It's version 1.1 that's released now. I don't think it's in early release anymore. I think it is a fully released version 1 to the market. And it is really nice. It is a nice airplane. And for those persons who want to fly realistically, you know, we were using the PNBG 737 for all of our 737 flights. Now you can actually fly a MAX, and it is a beautiful, beautiful airplane. I am happy. That is pretty nice. Let's get some music back on. So we can show as we are flying. Our top of descent is coming up now in 68 nautical miles. So we are very close. So let's look at our chart once more. So we're coming from Essen, cross Essen at about flight level 280, and somebody will tell me if I don't pronounce this correctly. So we're looking at track 10-2 Charlie, 3rd May 2019, and we're doing a Looney 1 on an arrival into Jacksonville. From Essex Gate, we will take to Bent, then to Brotby, then to Looney. Then we take Looney direct to Leon, and that will be our final fix before our arrival into Jacksonville. And we will start our OTC in Jacksonville by to descend with Looney 1 arrival. Jacksonville to no speed 0 to 2, and no separation service are required. That is nice, so you can set this altimeter to 30002. And from Looney track 222 degrees to Leon, expect radar vectors, spiral, or visual approach, and today we're going to be using the ILS runway 26 approach, ILS Zulu. And for the ILS Zulu, our missed approach is under 1200 feet, then climbing a right turn to 4000 on heading 360, so we will climb, then make a right 360 to 4,000. Then the Craig VR Romeo, the Radio 30316. We then enter a hold on hammock and then continue climbing hold to 4,000 feet. We don't anticipate having to do that, but at least we have that information in. Dalton is our radar fix that we should ensure that we are fully configured, and our decision height today is 400, so let's set 400 in the radio for 00. I wish this would have given us a quicker way to get to 400. Nevertheless, we are here at 400. Nice. Okay. And our frequency is 110.3. So we'll change 11030. We will set that to activate. 110.3 and 257 is the final course. We'll set that course with 2. Cool, so we are set. The final thing we want to talk about is our landing. Once we're done with 26, we will, this distance is 10,000 feet. We will check the information just now in our landing and see what our LDA is going to be. But we anticipate landing on the touchdown zone and we exit via Juliet. Then take Juliet to the gate. And we're going to Charlie 10, so we'll take it to Juliet, come around here via Papa, or we take Juliet to Victor, then to Papa. So we will then end up at Charlie 10. Alright, go into our menu and our performance. We will go to show landing, show en route. And we are going to search for KJAX. And we're landing runway 26. Condition is dry. And let's put the weather. Front weather is 260 at 5. So winds are pretty nice. And our temperature is 17 Celsius. Altimeter is 30.03. Guess we gotta put the point. All operational, flaps 30, AC is on, AI is off, brakes 2, non-norm, everything is none, and our landing weight, let's copy from our ATC, our FMC rather, 260, I guess I did that backwards, 260 at 5, and that is set, 0 plus 5, and condition, there we go. Condition is dry and vacuum. So our landing distance required is 7,097. Let's see if we can land with 1. Auto brake 1. Yes, we can. That would be 8,796. But as we were checking before, if we want to land 10,000, 8,000 is going to land us around here. So let's use auto brake 2. And that will give us a little shorter LDR, and then we will utilize our full reverse thrust, and that should get us to exit via Juliet. At least that's the plan. If not, we roll all the way to the end, take Lima, Alpha, Juliet, and come back up. We are now at the 60 miles from Autopilot set, so we're going to set our altitude down to 11,000. Let's see what our chart says here for 12,000, 8,000, 67, 3,000. Okay. So we'll take it down to 8,000. The only difference I can recall in terms of the engine sound, it's not as pronounced as it is with the PMDG in terms of the engine rollback. But I didn't pay too much attention to it, so we could do that right now and see what the aircraft sounds like. Ever so subtly, it seems to roll back there. All right, no problem, Wade. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Yeah, it's really subtle. It's not as pronounced as it is in the PMDG. But you do hear a little engine rollback. Jacksonville air traffic, American 1919, hour flight over 30048,000, expected Dallas, runway 26 Jacksonville. That is a nice picture. So we'll snap that right there. Beautiful. Guys, I can't tell you how nice this is. It looks really, really nice. I really like it. It is one beautiful airplane. Hats off to iFly. That's really cool. This is not necessarily me trying to give them any sort of, how do I put it? They didn't pay me to do this, but it's really, 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 really nice. I actually do like what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling. It's really, really nice. So if you have it already and you're thinking about it, I would recommend it. It is a really, really nice machine. Let's set this back to Econ. So we are coming up now on dot B, and we should have crossed bends between flight level 300 and 260, so that should be fine. And we're going to be sending now to cross Lumi at or above 8 but below 12. So we've set 8 in the window, and we are to cross Layton at 3,000. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna monitor it as we come down, and depending on what we're doing, we may just make a left turn and go direct to Wiggy and use the ILS runway Wigger and use the ILS runway to quick arrive. So we should be at Wigger at 2000. So let's see how quickly we can get that to. Level 2. So that's one thing I noticed here on that as well, is that once you take off, you have to actually reset it to off and then set it to what you wish to have it. So just remember that as well, guys. When you are, after you take off, you must return the auto brake to off, because it will not auto spring like it does in other airplanes. Nice sunset landing today. Not bad. I like it. In the event that someone is asking, why do I have these rings? So this is an Airbus trick that I've just brought over into the Boeing. So what I would have seen the Airbus guys do is that they will use the airport identifier, the runway identifier, and create rings around the airport. So the first ring is at 15 nautical miles, first radius 15 nautical miles, and by then you are to be at 180 knots. By the time you get to the second one, which is the 7 nautical miles, that's based on this particular point, which has the little star here, because this star means you should be fully configured by Dalton. So there's another ring that's at that point or just outside of that, which is to guide us to be fully configured, flaps down, gear down, everything well set on the approach by that distance from the field. So that's why I have these two rings on our primary flight display. We can also have that visual display, another nice touch from the iFly team, so we can see where we're supposed to be between 18 and between 8 and 2,000 or 12,000. So by Luna we should be between those two. Another pilot flying above us there, yep. That pilot is flying way up. To where he's going. That was a a bit unusual for the United, but hey, maybe it's a charter. All right, dipping below 501 into it, so we set our local altimeter as 3003. I think that would have been the pin. Double check our weather exact 3003. Right. Once we go below 10,000, we will turn on our light. Loading is now 9 miles out, and we're to cross that between 8 and 12,000. So we are going to help our airplane to slow down just a bit. There's a deceleration point just before that, so let's help it down just a bit more so we can get to 8,000 at loading. The extension there. We just crossed that deceleration point, so the aircraft is slowing down to 2,000, and we're just gonna help it out to get down a bit faster. We should pass loading between 8 and 12,000, but we're just gonna try and make sure we get down a little bit faster for that. Cool, we're now at 250, and increase the descent rate. Extend the brake, two brakes again. We descend out to 3,000. That is another nice golden picture. So we have full speed brakes out, but the aircraft is still taking a little bit longer than we would like for it to be set. So we're going to do a level change. Down to 240, past 10,000. Our light coming out. Once we start with this continuous, also the wing light coming out. Go. And so once we get closer to the 15 mile, we want to definitely try to pull out our speed back. So I'm going to let it continue descend right now. It's at 2,400 feet per minute, holding at 240. And we do have the speed brakes out still. So we're going to try to make sure we get down as fast as we can so we can slow down a bit more for that arrival. We have our ILS set in the box. Our course is also set. So we are looking good. We begin slowing down now by 10 knots. There's a check for the frequency for Jacksonville. CTAF for Jacksonville. 8.3. Beautiful. Coming down nicely. 3,000 feet set there. And we will now reduce, once we get to 6,000, reduce again another 10 knots. This is going to be interesting. I guess too because we have that tailwind on the right quadrant that's really pushing us along, so that's not helping our cause at all. But we'll get down and reduce it again to 210. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a left so we can bleed off some airspeed. So we will take the ILS from rigger. We go due east and then come back around. So the speed brake. This will be our radar back there. 327. We continue left turn to 070. So we're now above the glide, which is good. We will continue descend to 3,000 feet, flowing to 200. Jackson the traffic. American 1919 is down to 3,000. We'll make right base to general localizer at rigger for the ILS runway 26. Speed check, collapse 1. Reduce speed down to 180 and we make that right turn. And arm the localizer. Let's get this as our direct to right now. Speed check, flaps 2. Continue right turn to 30 and that will give us on the localizer. We are currently on the localizer. Localizer is captured. More so alive. There we go. And then we'll go over to CTAV. Speed check flaps 5. That is a beautiful picture as well. We can now arm the approach. And our runway is straight ahead. Jacksonville traffic, American 1919 is 15 miles, runway 26. Jacksonville traffic. So we're at the just past the 15-mile radius, and we're coming up to the 10-mile, the 7-mile. So our glide slope is now active. So we'll go ahead and select flaps 10, and we'll set the speed box to the flap 10 speed, and we're now going to call for gear down. Watch those gears come down. Beautiful. Gear down and lock. 3 green. Flap 15. Glide slope captured. Jacksonville traffic, American 1919 is on the ILS runway 26. We'll call final. So once we get to Dalton, which is in the next 4 miles, we will configure ourselves fully. So we will slow now to, I didn't set it. There we go. So our VRAM
2500.
check. The time above VRAM is 148, and we can go ahead and lap 25, laps 30. You can watch the slaps extend. Let's arm the speed brake. Speed brake is armed. Landing gear down, 3 green. Flaps 30 green light, and cabin is secured. And we are good to go. This altitude is 4,000, so we set that. And right on the sunset, we are landing. Couldn't believe this have gotten so much high. All right, 500 feet, my airplane. We will disconnect the autopilot and land. Right, so we are on final now. We are 6 miles. Jacksonville traffic, America 1919. 5 miles final, runway 26, Jacksonville. I think this is one of the, I think this is probably the second flight, but the true second sunset flight, where we were able to take all during the day and watch the sunset right before our eyes. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. What I also noticed with the Max is I may need to change the reaction time for the throttles, because it's almost instantaneous, and I don't think that's how it works. I guess because of how the PMDG actually gives you that slight delay, which makes it a bit more realistic in terms of reaction time. So that's something that they have to double check. Okay.
Minimum.
Check my airplane.
$300.
Okay.
200.
We're off just a little bit. A little high. Correct that.
100.
Okay.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And touch down. Speed brake is up. Full reverse thrust. And we do manual braking. Press lights out. Yeah, so we float it just a little bit. So we use manual braking.
1,000 feet remaining.
34 knots. Cool. The exit here. Yeah, Alpha. Gas in the traffic. American 1919 cleared of the runway via Lima. Make left on Alpha Tacotura. So speed brakes. Clear the aircraft. there you have it, guys. We are on the ground. Our landing rate was minus 150, so that's actually pretty good compared to the last two flights. So we're happy for that. Let's select our gate via GSX, and we're going to Charlie 10. Don't need to follow me, and I'm going by American. Good stuff. To turn on our weather. So you see here, guys, if I move this, it does have a slight delay, but it seems to really cause the aircraft to speed up a bit too fast. Not sure if that's something that but look at that. So it's taking a while to get up there, yeah, but once in flight, it seems to work more instantaneously. Not sure what's going on. Maybe I can ask a question in the Discord. See if someone can answer. All right, so we make a right, next right onto Juliet. Go down 10 knots, then make that right turn. We'll go Juliet to Victor and left on Papa. So as you realize, the aircraft is really quiet, really quiet. Don't expect too much in terms of noise, which is indicative of the real airplane. Whenever I am nearby the airport and then 737 MAX is departing, you do hear something, but it's not. And according to one of my friends, I guess it's somewhat of lacking character, lacking a little bit of a character in terms of the noise. So we make a right here on, make sure we're doing the right thing. Yeah, so make a right on Victor and then come back around onto Juliet. Well, Papa in this case. And then to, I wonder if we could take, we'll make a left onto Papa. Left onto Papa and then back onto, that might be Romeo, yeah. But I'll get it, we're here. CPU is on, so we are good to go. Our gate is right here. So our master is here, so we can just take a left turn into our gate. Charlie 10. Right. Yeah, Justin, it doesn't have as much character. Oh. Down. No problem. Let's see if she's gonna wait. She is, but we're good. Parking brake is set, and get the CPU on the buses, and we can fuel pump. That wasn't a very good parking. It wasn't. Let's see. It really was not. But I was following you though. I never understand that we're following the marshal and they're gonna tell us, oh, it's not a good parking. Okay, well then you direct me then. How about that? Okay. Pumps coming off. And I think it's not off. We can have the boarding.
The boarding requested.
There it is, guys. We are here at the gate in Jacksonville. In the beautiful iFly 737-8 MAX. It is
Passengers deboarding started.
actually a pretty nice airplane. I am not even gonna front about it. It is a pretty nice airplane. Don't have really much complaints about it. If there are other pilots who would know exactly what they're looking for, then of course they will share that. But for all intents and purposes, this was a pretty solid flight, and I'm happy. I am happy with it. So if you're interested in getting the iFly 737 MAX 8, it is not a bad purchase at all. It is very much something you can fly, especially when you want to be as realistic as possible. Flying for airlines such as United, American. If you're flying the Caribbean like I do, you have the Caribbean Airlines that all fly MAX 8. You definitely have this option. We're not on 2024 as yet. We won't be on 2024 until in the new year, probably by the end of January or February. We're gonna wait until Asobo and Microsoft get most of the twinks that are most of the kinks that are actually in it right now, to get those ironed out, and then we'll think about purchasing that, because hopefully by then the A350 will be out by any bills, but we can definitely check that out. If you also want to check out the A330s, I'm actually anxious to do that as well. The former A330 bus driver, actually no, the actual A330 bus driver, he's an actual A330 bus driver. He is on his YouTube channel, and you can definitely check him out, and he will let you know that the Airbus seems to be pretty solid company built. So if he says it, we're gonna believe it, and so we will be anxious to get that on screen sometime in the new year. We're gonna have more fun with this airplane, so thank you so much for sticking around until the next stream. Hopefully we can get that out next week. It has been a little busy period for us here at the Aviator 268 channel, but we're going to try our very best to get some more live streams on the channel for you. Of course, if you are interested, we have a Discord channel. Feel free to join the Discord. You can also donate if you're willing to do so. Of course, if you like the content, consider leaving a like, also subscribing, and hit the notification bell, so you don't miss the next time that we go live. Until next time, guys, please take care. It is getting dark outside much earlier. Please take care of yourselves until see you later.